Hey everyone, Alpha Eagle here again. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well, and may God bless you all. Some may wonder, where do I get the ideas for my videos from? Well, one place I like to go is Nerdette's Newsstand's community page. It's a gold mine for content. Tristen has some of the worst and funniest bad takes ever. So let's sit back, relax, and let's laugh at her horrible takes. As usual, I like to say that I have nothing against Tristen, and I always pray for her that she might change her ways. Everything that you see here comes directly from Tristen's community page. I will provide a link so you can see for yourself and get the full context. For fair warning, some of the things that Tristen talks about here is for mature audiences, so don't say I didn't warn you. Here she says, in Texas, it's illegal to own more than 6 dildos. Guns have no such rule. You also do not need a background check. First, Tristen, how many dildos do you need? 6 isn't enough for you? You must be wearing them out very fast if you need more than 6. What kind of degenerate pervert needs more than 6 dildos? Unless you're a complete massive, how can I say this nicely, whore, why would you even care about such a law? Amazing. What are you trying to say about yourself by putting this on your channel's community page, Tristen? Of all the things to care about, this is the first thing on Tristen's mind. I can't tell if she's joking or serious. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but dildos are not in the Constitution, thank God. The right to own a dildo is not protected by the Bill of Rights, Tristen. So they're not exactly the same thing. Third, why would there be a limit on the number of guns you can buy? Are you saying there should be a limit, Tristen? And what would that limit be? How would you come up with that number? Would you have scientific data on this, or would you just pull a random arbitrary number out of your posterior? That is, if you have any room left over with all those dildos in there. I'm sorry, that was a very inappropriate joke. Inappropriate but funny. There isn't any other product protected by the Constitution that has a limit to it. For example, for free speech, there isn't a limit of the number of computers, microphones, or ink pens one can own. The same goes for background checks. You don't need a background check to purchase a computer or any other communications tool to express your free speech. That is, if she was talking about guns. The way she wrote it, she could have been referring to background checks for either guns or dildos. But I think it's safe to assume she meant guns. Maybe. Lastly, Tristen keeps claiming that she is not left wing, yet she takes the left wing position of hating freedom and the Second Amendment. Let's move on to the next issue and see what the totally not left wing Tristen has to say. She says, if you are still defending the cops, you need to seek therapy, in my opinion. Again, the totally not left wing Tristen takes the left wing position of hating cops. Remember, she is totally not left wing, guys. Tristen is a white savior type who usually comes to the defense of gays, blacks, or other minorities who she thinks need saving, because she must think that they can't defend themselves and that they need Tristen to save them. So I'm sure that she would say to not judge gays, blacks, or other groups by the actions of just a few bad apples in those groups. And I would agree with her. One shouldn't judge an entire group by the actions of just a few. But that's exactly what you're doing here, Tristen. You are judging all cops by the actions of a few. You hate all cops because you don't like some. In all groups, there are some good ones and some bad ones. I bet Tristen was the type who supported the defund the police movement. So I would have to ask, what would you do without the police, Tristen? If someone stole something from you, who are you going to call? If someone committed any crime against you, what would you do? And since you hate freedom and the Second Amendment so much, it would make it much harder for you to defend yourself. So you would basically be SOL without the police. And regarding the recent shootings, I bet if they were closely investigated, it might be possible that the police were told to stand down by some left wing official, or the FBI might possibly be involved in some way, allegedly. But that's another story. The totally not left wing Tristen has to say next. She says, "Let this sink in. Our government is bold enough to force you to have a kid, but too weak to ensure that they make it to recess alive." Again, she regurgitates the Democrat left wing position of killing babies, but she's totally not left wing, guys. First, nobody forces anyone to have a baby, Tristen. Most people simply have a baby by choosing to have sex. If they didn't want to have a baby, they shouldn't have had sex. It's that simple. And if they wanted to have sex and not have a child, there are many forms of contraceptives, including condoms, birth control pills, and morning after pills. And there are many more. And there is always abstinence. Very rare case of a woman getting pregnant from being raped. It wasn't the government who raped her, so it's absurd to say that the government forces anyone to have a baby. Second, if Roe versus Wade is overturned, authority over baby murder will go back to the states. So if you are in a blue state, baby murder will still be legal. And if you live in a red state, you can move to a blue state and murder all the babies you want. So again, the idea that the government is forcing anyone to have a child is absurd. In fact, the government is actively trying to sterilize children, but again, that's another story. For the second part of this, I assume she's talking about what the police did or did not do at one of the recent shootings. I'm not sure what her solution to this would be. Judging from what she said so far, she hates freedom and guns, so she would probably want to take everyone's guns away. First, life and safety are never insured. Sadly, there are millions of things that can harm or even kill a child at school. They can get hit by the school bus. The school can catch on fire. They could choke on food from the cafeteria. They could hurt themselves in gym class. Almost anything can happen. Second, again regarding the cops, you are looking at the wrong place and not asking the right questions, Tristen. Police follow orders. Who is giving them their orders? Who gave that person their orders? And keep asking that question until you get to the top. And I'm sure you'll find that the police are not to blame. It's the people higher up. Usually you will find that those people are on the left. They have no interest in keeping us alive. Think about the political positions the left promote. They are all about death of the citizens. Baby murder, what you call abortion, ends in the death of a child. Mutilating and sterilizing children, what you call gender reaffirming surgery, like I said, this sterilizes the victims so they can't have children. Child grooming, what you call gender education. If you coerce a child into being non-binary, gay, or trans, again, they will never have children of their own. They especially push this on white people. They fool the left by hiding it in the guise of women's rights or gay rights, and it all adds up to reducing the population. In other words, death. Why are you not concerned about the government killing our population in this manner, Tristen? Shootings, the two shooters have been under investigation before the shootings. One was even in contact with a retired FBI agent. The back door of the school was mysteriously propped open. Please put two and two together, Tristen. You are so close. I'm just saying that these events are coincidences. I'm not saying anything else, cough cough. I'm definitely not saying that the government had anything to do with the shootings, cough cough. The government would never purposely kill its citizens to push a political agenda to disarm its citizens, cough cough. Anyway, besides waking up to what's really going on, how do you propose we protect the kids, Tristen? And please don't say get rid of the guns or stricter gun control laws. That's dumb and it takes away people's freedom. And don't say defund the police. We've already established that it's not the police that's at fault. It's the higher ups that gives the police their orders. I suggest armed security guards. And I don't mean some dumb mall cop who doesn't know what he's doing. Hire a vet. And I don't mean a vet who hasn't seen combat. I mean a vet who is trained and knows what they are doing and has been in combat. Besides, they need jobs and have trouble getting them after retiring from the service. In one of these posts, Tristen shared a not so amazing Lucas video. She is a big fan of his and shares his videos often. Perhaps that's where she gets her bad takes from. She seems to be easily influenced by other YouTubers. She even has her disagreement shows like he does. Lucas also has extremely bad takes nowadays, so he might be the subject of my next video. Ironically, as I was editing this video about Tristen's community page, she posts a video of mine regarding Tristen's argument about baby murder on her community page. She says, "This is hilarious. Dude's obsessed." Now let's read some of the comments. Paraphrasing, Hominis Nocturna mocks the idea about God caring about human politics. Yes, God cares about human politics when it involves baby murder, something that goes against one of his 10 commandments of thou shalt not kill. Regarding baby murder, paraphrasing, Nail in the Fashion says, in part, I love how wanting choices linked to your own body is, quote, freaking out. Again, the baby and the mother have two separate bodies. Baby murder is never about just the mother. The left seem to not understand that fact. Nail in the Fashion goes on to say, in part, I wish there was a standardized test for parenting. Again, just like Tristen, one of her fans advocates for eugenics. I'm sure that Nail in the Fashion doesn't see the irony of not wanting the government controlling women's bodies, yet advocating for controlling who becomes a parent. Amazing. Paraphrasing Tristen's biggest fan, Robert Willing, he claims that I want to fix Tristen. Well, fix may not have been the best word. Perhaps the word save is better, as in how Jesus saved the sinners. So I want to save Tristen in that manner. This comment was from Killer Was Mad, who says, referring to Tristen's comment about me, obsessed with her, wait a minute, aren't you the one posting a community post of a three-week old video of him? Because that would make you the obsessed one in this case. Yeah, that does make sense. I believe that Tristen has made more videos about me than I have about her. Also, notice that this person's comment is not hearted by Tristen. That means she hasn't read it, so this person might be blocked by Tristen. She can't see it. That makes sense since Tristen has an echo chamber and blocks almost anyone who disagrees with her. So, as I say in all my videos like this, I have nothing against Tristen. In fact, I pray that she changes her ways. And if she's watching, I'd like to say that I criticize her for her benefit. She has an echo chamber full of yes men who always agrees with her, and that's no good. She needs people around her to call her out on her mistakes and her very bad takes. So that's about it for this video. I could spend hours going over Tristen's bad takes, but that's enough for now. But if you ever need some entertainment, just go to her community page and I'm sure you'll find something that will make you laugh, cry, or pray for humanity. Anyway, I'm Alpha Eagle. May God bless you all for watching, and may God bless America.